Welcome to Lit Happens, Saskatchewan's showcase of the literary talent of the province. We are out on location today at Amazing Stories on 8th Street in their new location in Saskatoon, and we are so happy to be here. I'd like to welcome my guest, Paulette Millis. Paulette, welcome back to Lit Happens.
Thank you.
Actually, you were one of the first guests ever on the show, so we're just very stoked you're here. It shows that both you and Lit Happens is blossoming and flourishing, so that's great.
It is great.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about your new titles, but first, I'd like a little of a backstory. Can you kind of refresh our memories and tell us a little bit about your own life, your own world?
I got into this because of my own illness.
Yeah.
And the two books that I've had previously are actually both bestsellers now.
Nice.
And I never really planned to write a book.
Yeah.
I didn't plan to be an author or a writer or anything
Yeah.
like that. So it's just been an amazing journey for me. And the books have done really well. And they're timeless. We were just talking, behind the set there, that they're timeless because we all need to continue to learn how to feed our bodies and what to do to heal our bodies.
Yeah.
And so they're timeless. They don't go out of fashion, so to speak.
Tell us a little bit about the setup of your books, because it's not like they're exclusive recipe books.
No.
And they're not exclusively self-help nutrition books.
No.
So,
The manual is called Eat Away Illness,
Right.
and it's set up in such a way that half of it is theory, and so everything's in there that I've kind of taught people over the years about nutrition. I call it Healthy Eating 101.
yeah.
So we go into the details of that, but a lot more. There's a section on soy and why you shouldn't have soy, and there's a section on hormones, and there's a section on emotions, and so there's a whole lot of theory in there. And then the other half are recipes, and the recipes are my usual. There's nothing white, there's nothing processed, there's no sugar,
Yeah.
and they're all healing, and they're also gluten and dairy free in those two books. So there's a lot of charts in there: carbohydrate, protein, those kind of things, calcium charts, where the foods come
Nice.
from for that. So a lot of information for anybody that wants to get started in healing their body.
Yeah.
And I've had many people who've come to me with that in mind. So there's a specific market, and there's also the general market.
Right. Tell us a little bit about actual numbers, because your sales are pretty phenomenal. Tell us, what do you add for those sales for those first couple of books?
Well, the very first one is over 8,000 now.
Beautiful.
And the second one, Eat Away Illness, is just touching the 5,000 mark. So it's just becoming a national bestseller.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
we've talked about this on the show before. 5,000 is considered a national
Yeah.
bestseller. So
Yeah. So
kudos to you. Yes.
I'm happy.
Yes, we're very happy for you. Now, this sort of encouraged you to keep going with this, and now you've got 3 newer titles under your belt. Give us a rundown on these babies.
Well, I'm really happy that they're finally there.
Yeah.
Because that's how I started writing. I was asked by Melva, who has the Whole Life magazine,
Right.
to do articles. And I started the end of 1998 writing articles, and it was painful. It was so painful. 6 weeks to do one article, Not, I ended up with a good article, but that was work. That was really work. And
Yeah.
so then I ended up with like 55 articles, and they were very popular.
Yeah.
And so I decided finally to put them in books.
Yeah.
So last year I finally got them in books.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we should give Whole Life a plug, because
Yes.
that publication has done phenomenal things
Yes.
for this province.
Yes.
So Whole
It's
Life.
great.
Yes, and it's everywhere. It's
It
absolutely
is.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we should go through these title by title and just do a very brief synopsis of everything.
Well, let me just explain how they're laid out.
Sure.
I just decided to put them in the order that they were written. So book 1 has the first 18, book
Yeah.
2 has the next 18,
Yeah.
and the last one has the last 17 or 18. So they're just done like that. They aren't
Nice.
in any particular, category.
Yeah.
And each article tells a little history of each specific food.
Yeah.
And it gives the nutritional benefits, the medicinal benefits, and then how to buy it and cook it, and then recipes that are made with that ingredient.
Nice.
So all of them are laid out the same way. And I have varying articles in there, as anyone who's read Whole Life will remember. You know, some are on specific foods like grains and beans and all the things you need to be doing with legumes and carrots and all that kind of thing.
Yep.
But some are on specific topics like the carbohydrate story and the soy story. And lately I did more on, meat,
Yeah.
why do we eat meat? Do we need to eat meat? How do we not eat meat?
Yeah, that's a hot
That
topic.
kind of thing, yeah.
Mhm.
And things like the more popular foods now, like chia. Chia is a big deal, so there's an
Yeah.
article on chia, and there's an article on chocolate, and there's an
Yeah.
article on coconuts.
Nice.
So a lot of more up-to-date information on, foods and why we need to have them in our diet and what they do
Yeah.
for us.
Wow. Now, and something tells me you do you get a lot of emails, a lot of letters and phone calls, and because I think you've sort of become a guru in this sort of field.
I get a lot of emails.
Yeah.
I got one yesterday through Melva. Somebody sent it to her because they'd read my article on her website.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, this article was written. 1998.
Wow.
And they're still sending questions to Melva, who's sending the questions to me.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sort of branched you out to another facet of your career. I think you do a lot of speaking, some presentations.
I do. Yeah, I do corporate speaking and, associations and lately I've been doing some for the library for the seniors.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I love to see people interested.
Yeah.
And I love to see people taking control of their health
Yeah.
and starting to make some changes that they're going to see because symptoms will start to drop away. Yeah. So it's fun.
Yeah, I think you're definitely fulfilling your life's purpose.
I am.
Definitely. So, all this being said, where in Saskatchewan can viewers find your books?
Well, I really like it if they buy them from me. The
Yeah.
old writer's story, starving author.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like it if they buy them from me. Then it actually pays for more than just the printing. So my website is www.healingwithnutrition.ca.
Nice.
My phone number's in the book. You can call me. You can pick them up at my office.
Awesome.
They're also now in PDF, so you can download them as a
Nice.
ebook.
Great.
All 5 of my books are on my website as an ebook now.
Nice.
So a lot cheaper if you're into reading your iPad.
Right.
So,
Which a lot of people are.
and they're at McNally, and
Yeah.
they're at Mom's Nutrition Center on 22nd Street.
Nice.
I think that's it in Saskatoon for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that you do have a great website. I've been on it a number of times. It's
thank you.
fabulous. Yeah. So I know we're just about out of time, but what does the near future hold for Paulette Millis?
Oh, I'm
Because-
in the middle of another one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Can you give us a sneak peek?
Well, I think I might call it Lunches and Munches for Kids
Yeah.
and the Kid in All of Us.
Yeah.
If someone can think of a better title, hey, email it to me.
Well, we'll throw that out to the audience.
But it's about being able to take lunches that are healthy
Yeah.
and snacks that are healthy, and so they're all nutrient dense and we get away from the processed. Also, they'll be nut-free and dairy-free and gluten-free in there, so to help the people who are having specific concerns.
And that's probably a hot topic with today's busy lifestyles.
It
Bigger
is.
and bigger concern.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
So,
Wow. You're every time you come till it happens, you just lighten our world. You just brighten up the set. So you're a real pleasure to interview.
thank you, Wes.
Welcome. Well, I know we're out of time, but we're gonna get you back on here at some point because I just love talking to you. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. That's all the time we have today for Lit Happens. If you enjoyed today's episode, you can see previous episodes on the Shaw TV website or on my website, westfunk.ca, and you can connect with us online on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So I'll see you next time on Lit Happens.